welcome to The Leak. Michael Shaver is sick tonight. We're sending him all our love and health, but stay tuned because we will be catching up with him later on. I'm Anthony McCormack, breaking down the news. You might recognise her from Live on Bowen and Offbeat. Please welcome Elizabeth Davey. And you might recognise him from his current affairs podcast, Paul Culliver Controls the Media. Please welcome Paul Culliver. So, Paul, you are the new guy this week. What are you bringing to the table?
All right, what I'm bringing to the table is the New Zealand flag, okay? Does everyone know what the New Zealand flag looks like? It's a lot like the Australian flag. Take a look. So that's what the New Zealand flag looks like, right?
That was very quick. There it is again.
Well, we all know what it looks like.
Yeah, we didn't even need it. That's good.
So I think that if your flag looks pretty much like the Australian flag, you might want to change it. So New Zealand are actually giving them the opportunity. New Zealand is the choice to change it. So they've asked anyone and everyone to do a design. They've come up with a long list, a short list, and finally they've got down to one. And in March, all New Zealanders are going to vote for that one versus the current one. So this is the final, this is the final choice that people have. All right. Now it's a bit sad. That's a good one. That looks pretty good, right? That's decent. Bit sad because there's a fan favourite. You guys might have seen it. That has been knocked out, and pretty sad that it's not going to be the New Zealand flag now. Let's take a look at what we missed out on. That was an actual contender for the New Zealand flag.
If they're not going to take it, can we grab that now?
Isn't that what we do? Anything they have we like, we take?
Yeah. We don't have Kiwis. I think we have lasers. I don't know. I think it stands for who we are. But I mean, do you think we should change the Australian flag? Do you think it's time for a change?
I think we should change it to Waltzing Matilda. Just a song written across the flag.
It's going to take a lot of ink, but no, I'm into it. I don't know, do you guys have strong feelings about the Australian flag, or you used to sing to it at primary school, singing the Australian anthem?
I think I'd have much stronger feelings about it if it was an animal with lasers coming out of its nose. I really feel like I would get super patriotic.
That would distill national pride. I'm into that, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Now, another thing that's been happening this week is the Australian Taxation Office revealed that nearly 600 of Australia's largest corporations did not pay any tax at all in the 2013-14 financial year. Now, these guys have a combined turnover of $405 billion. I'm a stand-up comedian, which we all know is a code word for unemployed. And I paid more tax than all of them together.
Elizabeth, that's outstanding. You know, I read about this. One of the companies was Transfield, which actually has a government contract to run the offshore detention centres in Manus Island, Nauru.
Yeah, these guys are great. You know, the company that has overseen human rights abuses, rape, violent attacks, had a $2.8 billion turnover, paid absolutely no tax.
Boo! Yeah! Yeah, boo!
In completely unrelated news, the Liberal government, those economic masterminds who promised to save us all from the terrible budget disaster left by Labor, they've announced that in the mid-year financial outlook that actually, guys, the deficit has maybe kind of gotten a whole lot worse. To the tune of several billion dollars.
Now, where could they find some money to make up this shortfall? Let me think.
You know what? You don't need to wonder anymore, Anthony, because Treasurer Scott Morrison has flagged $3.7 billion to be axed from health, welfare and aged care. Obviously. Now, Morrison announced plans to cut bulk billing for many medical tests in a move that has left the Royal College of Pathologists dumbfounded. They warn it could cause people to present late with undiagnosed cancers due to their inability to pay for routine tests and screening. What a champ. ScoMo?
Well, I believe the Treasurer also promised savings from a renewed crackdown on welfare fraud.
That's right, Anthony, because there are too many leaners in this society. You know, pensioners and sick people have had it easy for too long.
No, I don't know about that, Elizabeth. All right, if we don't take away all the money from people needing welfare, we won't have enough money to give to people needing welfare.
You make a valid point, Paul, and remember, a lack of tax revenue from Australia's wealthiest corporations is an entirely unrelated issue. That said, Motoring Enthusiast Party Senator Ricky Muir posted on Facebook the day the Treasurer made the announcement about the budget outlook. Now, Ricky said, stop treating those on low to middle incomes as a stain on society. You know, why don't you look in other areas to find the money instead of targeting those who are forced to spend nearly every cent of their income just to stay afloat? When someone who is elected on the political platform, cars are great, has better ideas than you about how to run the country, maybe you want to rethink things.
Speaking about rethinking the way your government is headed, there is a contest for the mayoral seat of Bar Nayul, a small town in Siberia. We're going to see the candidates here, and one of them is not like the others. See if you can pick which one.
Oh, wait, no, I think I've got it. Is it the one on the left? He's just a little bit more grumpy than the rest of them.
No, it's the one who has a side parting on the right.
No, you're both wrong. If you look in the middle, fourth from the left, that's a cat. Now, who on earth would possibly vote for a cat? It turns out, the people of Siberia. According to social media polling, the cat is currently winning with a landslide 91.6% of the vote.
I mean, well, thinking about some of the current politicians, particularly the ones we've just been discussing, like Scott Morrison, I mean, I would happily replace them with a cat.
It would solve so many problems. The cat's name is Barsik, and many disillusioned voters believe he would care more about their issues than any of the other candidates. Let's have a look at Barsik in action. I'd vote for him.
He has taken a hard line. Cuts to public spending, cuts to arms and legs, cuts to foreheads.
After the break, it's been 10 years since the Cronulla riots, but have we learned anything? We'll be back soon.